develop solutions that are going to be hitting a number of common shared social issues across the Caribbean. So we are trying to evolve solutions in the area of fisheries, tourism, agriculture, entrepreneurship, and education. The regional event is being sponsored by the IDRC, the International Development Research Centre of Canada, and we happen to be local coordinators for the event. We're putting it on in conjunction with a number of our sponsors, again, National Council of Science and Technology being our partner sponsor, the University of UST's Computer Science Department, which is part of the Faculty of Applied Sciences, as well as Italia Coffee, PBS, and UCL Barbados.
How many teams are involved?
We've got 5 teams competing this morning. The teams range in size from 1 individual to as many as 4 individuals. It's a 24-hour event, so they will be here literally coding for the next 24 hours. They got started this morning around 10, and we expect that by 10 tomorrow morning they'll know that they'll be tired, but hopefully we'll have yielded something that's productive output for us.
What are some of the challenges you've been able to identify?
We're just getting started, and what we've been seeing so far is that, the challenges are primarily common. The big consideration is having access to open data across the region, and data that is public data that allows us to be able to work on solutions either jointly or individually based on what's already compiled data. The primary challenge so far is really, I'd have to say, institutional and a perception one, in that we don't sometimes realize that we do have the skills and talents in the Caribbean to solve some of these challenges, and then the understanding of how data is managed, how data is proprietary, and what is not.
Moving across the Caribbean of itself is a challenge that's the business field. How do you be able to go about and solve that?
Sure, but again, wherever you have common threats, you tend to find that people tend not to focus as much on what the minor matters are. Developers by nature work in a virtual environment. Borders mean nothing at all to a computer developer. We do have a robust internet and telecoms infrastructure across the Caribbean. We ourselves are working with individuals in Martinique, Puerto Rico, Libya on several different projects. And if I can speak a bit about the Hive is really an organization that has been developed specifically to help engender and create something of an ICT ecosystem across the Caribbean. It will allow developers wherever they are in the Caribbean to work together on projects. So what would have been traditionally some challenges in getting projects put together in the region, you'll find that in a virtual environment, it doesn't pose as much of an issue.
But how you be able to put these challenges that you have, put them together, and then to find a solution, and then to be able to work on it?
What we've been doing so far, the IDRC would have conducted several consultations across the Caribbean. They would have been speaking to government agencies, private sector, NGOs, and trying to identify what are some of the challenges that they have that could be solved using open data. Having done that, then you would have gone through the list of challenges and recognized the ones that are common across borders, regardless of country. We do have some issues that are common, and we wouldn't have had access to the information prior to this morning, because you're not allowed to brief the teams ahead of time as to exactly what the problems were. We did know, of course, that the issues were in the area of agriculture, tourism, those very broad-based sectors. What we would have been told this morning, and the teams have been informed what the specific business problems are, and they're meant to demonstrate how savvy they are for creating solutions. As far as disseminating is concerned, again, software is very easy to disseminate. What we would then do is, having established that we've got a product coming out to this environment, we're then able to take that and shop it to the relevant agencies. So if perhaps we evolve a solution that is targeted at, say, better tracking tourism numbers, then we take that solution and shop it to the agency who will in the first place identify that it was a problem for them.
Agriculture and tourism, I believe those two entities might be able to be identified as two main or major challenges that you have. So what would you okay? How would you be able to solve some of the things that
Sure. Well, I mean, and it's going to be very difficult in every situation. If we say if we extract agriculture, there are going to be several issues that can be addressed with agriculture. It could be the issue of crop rotation. It could be the issue of maintaining pricing. It could be the issue of future planning for what crops to get planted. So even within a given sector, there could be a number of different issues that we can solve. What has to first of all happen, what we're doing here today is to demonstrate how we can go about applying this type of environment or this type of a solution to solving major problems. We're not going to come out of here today with all the solutions for everything. But what we are trying to do is to establish a precedent for how we can set about solving social problems.
You said we're competing? It's actually a competition?
Yeah, the teams are actually competing with each other. So what we have here is the Barbados team. We have three locations in the Caribbean that are on-site locations where they actually have conferences going on as well as teams competing. We're a virtual location. So we're linked into the other location by a live stream so we can see what they're doing, they can see what we're doing as well. So all the teams across the region would have been provided the information this morning. They would have opened the exam paper this morning and they would have all been given the opportunity to start evolving solutions. For 24 hours, they will continue to code. At the end of it all, we then look to see which solution was, by panel of judges, the best one for the given problem. In this case, what we did, we have a partnership with the University of West Indies, so we were very careful to take aim at UWI students who traditionally would leave school but not necessarily have a practical application for some of what they would be doing. So we've kind of focused largely on having a lot of university students in the teams, and we do have some senior teams who are actually members of our organization. We would have hoped to go into a more public consultation, but the information did come to us from the organization a bit late. So we did not have adequate time to deal with press advertisements and that kind of stuff. But we did choose teams that we felt were competent individuals that can do a pretty good job of representing Barbados. As far as the outcome is concerned, we're less concerned. We want to win the event, but for us, even being able to put the teams here today has been a win for us, because what it demonstrates is the capacity for creating some structure in our local ICT industry, and it's something we hope to build on over the coming months as well.
And how long
this event will last 24 hours, but beyond here we have 18 months of initiatives planned, and they range from National ICT Summer Camp for bringing youth into ICT. We have some other events planned similar in nature, local code sprint type events, as well as a major 2-day conference event is being planned for later on in the year, possibly in the next year.